On behalf of District 80, we want to extend a very warm welcome to every one of you. Good afternoon, past International President Datuk Dr. John Lau, DTM, District Director Swana, DTM, Program Quality Director Hakim, DTM, Club Growth Director Sharon, past District Directors, past District Governors, past and present District Leaders, fellow Toastmasters, and friends. A very warm welcome to every one of you to part 2 of our panel discussion series entitled 20 Years of Shaping Lives. This is a special program to commemorate District 80's 20 years of establishment. Now, both of you who have joined us in part 1 on the 25th of February would have heard our past district leaders sharing on how they have overcome the many challenges to build a resilient legacy of excellence and integrity for District 80 during its formative years in 2004. Now, today, we are going to move on to another milestone. We are going to move on to create the space for conversations on how Toastmasters have made a difference to the individual, the corporate world, and the community in the area of education. So to kickstart the session today, let us put our hands to welcome District Director DTM Swana Kayan to give her speech, her opening address. Over to you, Swana.
Thank you, Suzanne. Welcome to every one of you here for being with us in this series of celebrating 20 years of District 80. We all know the Mickey Mouse, right? And Mickey Mouse was a normal mouse that was made into a brand and a huge business. And when Walt Disney wanted to get this into Disney World and he wanted to create Disney World, he wasn't there when it actually was built. During the opening, the press told his nephew, it's so sad that, to see this opening, Mr. Walt Disney is not around. For which his nephew said, well, he saw it and that's why it is here. A leader is someone who has that vision to see something that is not there. Yeah. And I think for District 80, I can proudly say that our past leaders have had such great vision for our district that today we see the fruits of their labor. As a district leader myself, I would say that what we have today is not just my work or our team's work or our term's work. It is many terms before us. Even a club that is strong or a weak club, everything has got to do with our past leaders who had that vision to say, I will sow the seed and it may reap the benefits, someone else will reap the benefit. And that is beautiful about our leaders here in District 80. And when we wanted to celebrate this 20 years, we said we need to hear their stories. We need to know what were their inspirations that got us to be here today. Strong, very, very strong, I should say. Very proud to be from District 80. And thank you all to each and every one of you, leaders, members, veteran members who have really given in their passion and their continued support to so many events, so many clubs. And we thank each one of you here. And let's listen today to 3 special invitees. And I'm looking forward to hearing from them, their stories. And let us all be inspired by what they had to in their term. And let us also learn from them, because there's no use reinventing the wheel, but we can learn from someone else's experience. Thank you very much for being here. Stay on till the end. And I now hand over the stage to Suzanne. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Didi Swana. And today we are very humbled. We are very honored to have three very distinguished guests with us as panelists. So let us find out more about who they are and what and their achievements. So the first is DTM Datuk Dr. John Lau, all the way joining us from Kuching in Malaysia. So, Zoom Master, can we have Dr. John Lau on the spotlight? Thank you. So Dr. John Lau is actually, Datuk Lau is an active member of Toastmasters International for 34 years, and he is also an advocate of lifelong learning. Now, throughout his tenure, he has crafted an illustrious Toastmasters journey by contributing to the growth, to the success of Toastmasters at district, at regional, and at global levels. And with his leadership as district governor in 2002 to 2003, District 51 has successfully aced the ranks to achieve the President's Distinguished District Award, even in the face of the SARS outbreak in its member countries. Some of you may have remembered those days. Right. So encouraged by his mentors, Datuk Lau has continued to serve as International Director from 2005 to 2007, and later as International President, which is the highest ranking position in Toastmasters International from 2012 to 2013. Let us put our hands to applaud Datuk Lau. Now, the next panelist that we have today with us is DTM Tay Yiang Ping. So, Master, can you put the DTM Tay on the spotlight? DTM Yiang Ping has been a Toastmaster for 25 years since 1999. She was District 80 Director for the term 2015 to 2016. And under her leadership, District 80 has achieved Select Distinguished District and was ranked at the top 16 of the world. As District 80's Lieutenant Governor Marketing for 2013 to 2014, she has helped charter 24 clubs, and this effort has led District 80 to become President Distinguished District for the first time in 2014. As a veteran Toastmaster, she has helped 7 clubs found a permanent home in Kent Hill Community Club. DTM Yiang Ping's motto was Make Members Matter, as she believes that excellence from club to division and district level is defined by the level of happiness and satisfaction experienced by all our club members. Now, thirdly, can we put our hands to applaud DTM Yiang Ping? Thirdly, we have DTM Ng Cher Khim. Zoom Master, could you put DTM Cher Khim in the spotlight? Thank you. DTM Cher Khim has been an active Toastmaster for 24 years. He was District 80 Director for the term 2020 to 2021, and he thinks that the Toastmasters training program is an excellent program that can benefit a lot of people, and he often recommends people he knows to join Toastmasters and enjoy these benefits. Right. So let's applaud DTM Cher Khim for joining us. Right, now we have introduced our 3 esteemed panelists. Let the conversations begin. Now, do note that there will be a Q&A segment at the end of this panel discussion, and you can either propose your questions in the Zoom chat or unmute yourself to raise the questions to us. Right. So for the first question, we would like to invite Swana to raise this question to Datuk John Lau. Swana, over to you.
Swana.
Thank you very much. Welcome again to our District 80 and the panel discussion. My question is to all 3 of you, but I will start with Datuk Lau. What, in your opinion, is the valuable complement that Toastmasters offer to mainstream education globally? How does Toastmasters complement education to mainstream education globally?
Thank you, District Director Swana, and thank you, Suzanne, for your introduction of three of us. Marvelous.
Thank you.
Well, mainstream education to me, it means academic qualification. Bachelor, master, doctorate, diploma, or graduate diploma. Now, how do Toastmasters complement this mainstream education worldwide? Number one, Toastmasters build confidence. I think everybody agree with me. Build confidence through regular participation in Toastmaster meeting and speaking engagement. Members gradually build confidence in their communication and leadership abilities. And this confidence often translates into other areas in our life, including academic and professional setting. I spoke with my eldest grandson, 23 years old. Now, Suzanne, you know how young am I today. Last night, he works in the UK. And I asked him for some tips because he loves Toastmasters. He shared with me that Toastmaster enable him to present statistical data in a simple layman language to his audience. That is a great skill, isn't it? Besides that, the critical and analytical thinking skill that we learn in Toastmasters enable us to present a precise dissertation and master degree level and thesis at doctorate degree level during your Viva session. You won't waste any time. This is the objective, this is the body, and this is the conclusion. Those are my findings and a justification. And Toastmaster is able to groom us because after the Viva session, there will be question and answers. The examiner can throw any question. And we as Toastmaster, we are already prepared. Why? Because we have undergone wet pants experience in impromptu speaking, the table topic. And today, I answer the wrong question in table topic. How good is it, huh? And the other one for high schools and college students, they're able to learn leadership skill at their young age, 15 to 21, 22 years old. Because in Toastmasters, we are talking about constructive feedback. Yeah, constructive feedback. And the leadership that they learn, they will be able to accept real, true feedback. Because we know truth hurts. But in Toastmaster, evaluation that is the truth can never hurt. They learn how to networking around with members of different culture, which is a necessity for uni and college students when they graduate, when they come out to look for jobs, they need to use this skill. And the other thing I strongly believe in, Toastmaster believe in continuous learning. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is the reason why District Director Suena, I have been through the program over and over and over 19 times now. So why? Because I love the program. The more I do it, my thinking is different. That's why people say, John, you don't look like 72, you look like 55. I say, praise the Lord. It is Toastmaster. I think distinguished Toastmaster Ng and Yiang Ping would definitely agree. Toastmasters are young. Why? Because we utilize our brain every time. So always embark, in conclusion, always embark on a journey that use, learn, unlearn, and relearn. For your information, I'm doing my third doctorate degree at local university. And this time in finance. Do you know why? I was never good in finance, in bachelor, in master degree level. So I want to make sure this time I can conquer the fear of finance at the doctorate level. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dato' Lau. It's quite an inspiration. And you did share so many nuggets that we can take forward, right? Critical thinking that we get from our impromptu speaking. And then be able to learn, unlearn, relearn, and it's a continuous journey. That's a huge takeaway for all of us. Now, Yang Ping, what would you like to add on to this list?
Well, what John was sharing with us is about how we can develop ourselves, personal development when we join Toastmasters. These are all very beneficial to every individual. So, of course, we all are experienced and we have gone through all these practices and gone through all this education system. In fact, I fully agree with John, our past international president. His speech is very enlightening and very recap. We have recap what we have learned in the Toastmasters. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Yang Ping. How about you, Ng Cher Khim?
Dr. Lau and Yang Ping has mentioned many benefits of Toastmasters. Do you all want to hear them again?
You have anything to add on?
Okay, let me add on. I think the two strengths of Toastmasters program is, one is the evaluation. We can only improve if we know where our weaknesses are. If you see someone with a piece of green vegetable stuck in the teeth, that person will not know and he'll walk around the whole day with the green vegetable stuck in the teeth unless somebody tells him. And nobody is going to not many people will tell him unless he asks. So asking for feedback is very important. And Toastmasters program, we have the evaluation, which is providing feedback to the speaker. So I thought this is one of the key strengths of the Toastmasters program. The other one is the flexibility. You do your projects, you learn at your own pace. So unlike the school curriculum, you have to finish certain projects by certain time. You have to attend lessons and you should not miss them or else you don't even qualify to take the exam. But Toastmasters program is different. You do it at your own pace. So that provides the flexibility and helps students in their busy schedule still able to learn something that will benefit them at their own pace. Yeah, that's all I wish to add on.
The flexibility, feedback, impromptu speaking, lifelong learning. Wow, there's a lot of takeaways from Toastmasters. And now I will hand over to Suzanne to ask her questions. You have to unmute, Suzanne.
Suzanne, we can't hear you.
Yes, the host. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Yes. Okay, good. Right. So, thank you very much, Didi Swana. Now, the next question that I have is also for all three of you, all three panelists. But first of all, I would like to ask Cher Khim. Right. So, Cher Khim, you have taken office about 3 years after the launch of Pathways. Now, in your view, can you share with us to what extent has Pathway transformed the way we learn about leadership, the way we learn about communication? Over to you. Yeah.
I wouldn't use the word transform because transform to me means is a different form, totally different form. Right. I think the Toastmasters Pathway program enhances the old traditional program in a few ways. Now, in the old traditional program, we have 10 basic speeches in the basic manual. And after that, all the advanced manuals also focus on speeches,
Mm.
be it specialty speeches, speech, humorously speaking, persuasive speakers, speech by management. They are all speeches. But now that our tagline is where leaders are made, the Toastmasters program still focuses a lot, the Pathways program still focuses a lot on public speaking, because every project that you do, you still need to deliver a speech on that project. But the enhancement is doing that project, because skills can only be learned through doing.
Mm.
And since now the Pathways is focusing on developing core competencies for the members, include public speaking, strategic leadership, interpersonal communications, management, and confidence. So you need to do projects hands-on to learn the skills, which in turn contribute to gaining these core competencies. When I talk about doing projects, they include like creating a blog, doing a podcast, handling difficult audience, hosting a panel discussion. So all these, or mentoring some newer members. So all these projects, you need to do those projects and then deliver a speech. So unlike the traditional program is focusing only on speaking. So I think this is the main difference. I would not call it transform, but it enhances the traditional program.
Right, I see. On a personal note, how has it actually make it more interesting and enriching for you as a Toastmaster in the process of learning?
Well, actually, after completing my Distinguished Toastmaster title, I was not very active in doing projects. I do deliver speeches every now and then, but not so much following the manuals. But the Pathways forces me to deliver projects according to the requirement. So that kind of forces me to learn way the Pathways wants me to learn, rather than just delivering ad hoc speeches. So I think that way, the kind of forced learning helps me a lot.
Wow. Well, I think this brings back also to the point that Datuk Lau has mentioned, the importance of learning and unlearning and relearning again, as a Toastmaster. And thank you, Cher Khim, for expressing your views on this topic. And the next person I would to move.
No, I'm not as diligent as Dr. Lau. He mentioned he did the program like 19 times, right? The whole 19 rounds, and then I'm not as diligent.
How do you know? I never mentioned though.
You mentioned earlier,
just for like let's hear from Dr. Lau. Yeah. Let's hear from Datuk Lau. Datuk Lau, what was your experience like for Pathways for your side?
Good.
Yeah. Good.
The Pathway was introduced when I was still serving the executive committee. The objective of the Pathway is, among other things, it is a competency skill-based training. Just like you just graduate from university, you got the basic knowledge, know-how to do certain work, but you do not have that working experience. That is level 1. Moving on to level 2, a little bit advanced. You get experience, you know how to connect with people, you know how to organize things. Then level 3, you are quite competent already. Maybe you can groom and guide 1 or 2 people. Level 4, you can be a team leader of a group of people, maybe 5 to 10 to 15. And level 5, you can lead a team more than 20 people. That means you have developed the necessary skill in that specific area. That was the objective of pathway. It's competency based. And once you reach level 5, you know you are quite good already. So that is the reason why in all the pathway, we have to start from level 1 through level 5. And now we have 11 different pathways. And soon, I think it will be 6 more focused, 6 areas, particularly good for corporate people who need to learn all the necessary skills in their workplace. Thank you.
Right. Just a very quick question to you, Datuk Lau, for yourself. What has been the best satisfaction that you gain from pathway education?
I have completed all the 11 pathways.
Wow.
I feel that each of the pathway I went through is a new experience. Because I'm not one, I prepare one speech, I deliver 15 times in different environment. No, I want to deliver different speech with different thinking under different environment. So those are very enriching, very inspiring, and very motivating. If any of the members here say pathway is not the right education program, maybe we need to do a little bit of adjustment in our thinking because it is competency-based training.
Right. Well, that's all. It's all about learning and
Just
adapting.
give you an example, Suzanne. An example.
Right.
When I did my Viva presentation in 2009 September, the chairman say, Datuk, you have half an hour to present. I present that in 25 minutes. And I do not know whether I was convincing or not. There was no questions from the examiner at all. And later on, they say, I pass. Only thing is, 7 chapter, reduce it to 5. That is easy. So I finished all the amendments in 11 days. I graduated on October 28, 2019, before the SARS. So pathway have helped me a lot, greatly. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Lau. Now we move to Yiang Ping, DTM Yiang Ping. Would you like to add a comment or your experience very quickly on your pathway experience?
Same as Cher Khim. After we finished the DTM, we actually seldom started. And why I did start with my pathway, and I'm now in level 3. But as a VPE for the club, I have the job to help members to deliver and looking at the pathway program. I think that there's one challenge that I noticed. Of course, I'm concurred by all the 2 speakers about all the benefit of pathway educational program. But there's one thing that we notice because of this digital format. I've been working closely with the Mandarin Toastmasters. If you know District 80, we have many Mandarin Toastmasters. We had an average age of 50 and above.
Yes.
So members who go online and trying to work on a pathway online, and especially now they are going to take away even a hard copy. Even you have hard copy, they are not purchasing it. So that is a very big challenge that we have, that we need to resolve this within our District 80, the Mandarin divisions. So I can only share with you this a little bit of a setback that we are facing right now. And of course, for us as district leaders or club leaders, we really need to work hard to work with members, even one-to-one guidance, holding their hands. Some even don't have a computer at home. And working on the mobile phone, we have very little of high, so-called the data storage space. So all these are challenges. I think it's something that we have to think of.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Yiang Ping, or your insights on ways of how we can improve pathway better in the manner of learning. Right. So the next question is something a little bit different on how we bring Toastmasters education to the community. And I will hand over my time to Swana to raise the question to the panelists. Over to you, Swana.
Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, we did listen to the introduction from about Yiang Ping, that she has a very strong connection with the community center and how there are 7 clubs in a community center together, housed with different languages. So my question is to you, Yang Ping. Of course, I'll go to the next 2 again later. But what do you think, Han? Have we done enough by giving back to the community? Or is there still ways that we can do it? And if that is there, how can we do that?
Thank you, Swana, for the question. Yes, I really have the privilege of working with People Association and a community club as the grassroots leader for the past 8 years. And certainly these are very rewarding experience. But how we Toastmasters contribute to the society is that first we need to know what is the People Association, the mission. The mission is to build and bridge the community to achieve one people, one Singapore. And of course, we are talking about promoting racial harmony and social cohesiveness. So by doing that, the PA actually have a wide range of programs. I think many of you may have attended some of the CC program. And the whole idea is to connect the people to people and people to government. So it's government come to place. So how this Toastmaster we can help is that, of course, we are talking about education system in Toastmasters. We build a better leader. We help members improve their communication skills. And by having to foster, like what Dr. Lau mentioned about the confidence, and we also empower our member to be able to express themselves more effectively. And when you are in a community service, you know that you sometimes are asked to give speech at a neighborhood event or even leading a community project, which I have done it before. A good example that the recent Cantonese opera event, we have 300 people attendance, but our chairman was overseas. Our 3 vice chairmen all not available. One of them is Malay. So they couldn't speak at the stage and they say, Yang Ping, can you help? Since you are Toastmasters and you as a secretary, I was a secretary before, and please help us. So I was there and I'm able to connect with this 300 audience. They are senior citizen and they are really making a laugh of what I presentation, not because I make them make a shame of it, but rather something that story and humorous things that we are using. Right. So that's how we contribute to the society. Now, I mean, in terms of leadership program also, again, we were tasked to organize events such as like Chinese New Year event and some of the so-called industry guru that PA working with our CC and wanted us to help in terms of ushering, in terms of facilitating, and we even invited world champion of public speaking to the stage. So we organized the event. Recently, we also organized the event. I think Richard Sung is here. Richard Sung was one of the speakers together with Zero. They are talking about personal branding, talking about the vocal branding. So that will actually, as a leadership development from Toastmasters, we contribute to the community. And there were residents participating on that event. And on top, we talk about personal development in the Toastmaster. We just now, John has mentioned about how we can help to progress ourselves and learn and enhance our knowledge base. We learn all the skill and able to contribute. For networking, again, come to the networking is that, our job is to connect people. So we actually, our platform can actually bring the people together. And you know that for residents or Singaporean, we come from all different background, diversity in terms of diverse background and also profession. Especially the community club that I serve, they are more the high profile members and residents are there. Yeah. So we have this network and then we build our relationship with them, we connect with them. And of course, we share the same interests, especially like I'm chairing for the garden for the CC. For the allotment garden. Lastly, I want to share is about the community engagement, right? We are the platform. When we charter a Toastmasters club, we invite residents to join us. So these residents, as I say, they come from different places and they come together, they interact, and we collaborate on project and run for the CC. So it's certainly for us as a Toastmaster, in terms of our education, we commit our time. We use our talents and all the resources, and ultimately we creating a positive impact to our neighborhood. So I thanks Toastmasters, and you really give helping us to create a stronger and more connect communities among the Singaporean. Not just Singaporean. Of course, we are talking about those who are in Singapore. It can be anyone in Singapore. So that's my sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that is going beyond just learning, but also sharing and contributing back to the community. Yeah, I would like to hear even Cher Khim's view on this, because I know he also works very closely with the PA. So Cher Khim, your views, is there anything else that you think we can give back, or any other way that we can expand in this community space?
I like to look at this from the members' perspective. Of all the different kind of clubs in Singapore, we have over 200 clubs. They fall into 5 main categories. One is corporate clubs, and in Singapore we have close to 20% of clubs are corporate clubs. The next is associations, professional bodies, clan associations, and that we have about 10%. The next is Institute of Higher Learnings, like the universities, polytechnics, we have about 5% of those. And then the other 2 groups are the biggest groups. One is open clubs. That means open to the public. That we have about 25%. And the biggest group are the CC clubs. We have about 45% of the clubs are at the CC. So if a member, someone is interested to join Toastmasters, but you don't belong to you're not studying in the school, you don't belong to the association, you're not working in any big corporations, then only 2 places left, the open clubs and the CC clubs. But the open clubs tend to be more expensive because they have to pay rental for the venue. Now, my home club, Toastmasters Club of Singapore, every meeting we pay about $1,800 to the hotel for rental. So our fees are high. So the CC clubs helps members who lives around the CC to join the club inexpensively, because CC provides free venue, or usually free venue, or even if they charge some rental, it is very minimal. So it helps the members who do not belong to other categories a place to join the Toastmasters Club at a low cost. Like Yang Ping has mentioned, the PA's mission and our club mission are different. Okay, I would say very different, because PA's mission is to bring people together to form one people, one Singapore, but our club mission is to develop individuals. So in other words, it is a privilege for us to be able, for Toastmasters to be able to meet in CCs. And I hope every member who belongs to a club in the CC needs to understand that it's a privilege, it's not an entitlement. So we need to give back to the CC, help to support the events, help to host the events if they need our help, or at the very least, if you can't do that, don't create trouble for the CC. Now, if we can maintain a cordial relationship, then I think Toastmasters can continue to have meetings in CCs, which currently the majority of our clubs are based. Yeah, back to you.
Thank you. That's a very valid point. Maybe hosting events is where our strength can be, which I think all of us should look at it as also a learning and a platform, because speaking in a club and hosting an event are 2 different things. and it requires different skills as well.
Mm.
So, we should take our Toastmasters journey to the next level by helping out in the CC at the same time learning a new skill. So thank you. That's a very good thought to share with all of us, and maybe we should do it more actively as Toastmasters. Datuk John, I know you were in Bukit Batok when you were in Singapore. So you have anything to share about your experience in community club on this topic?
I'd like to share that in Malaysia, we have a lot of community club. They set up a little bit different from Singapore, because Singapore, you have community center, and each community center, you have a Toastmaster club that is very good. That was, in fact, the philosophy of the Singapore government. But my experience a little bit different, reaching out to the community. If you can remember, sometime in 2016, there was an article in Toastmaster magazine concerning a group of Toastmasters going out to work with the police in crime prevention. Those days, the crime rate was 685 crimes per 100,000 people. We worked very hard for a few years. I think 3 years, the crime rate dropped to below 200 per 100,000 people. So that was a good one. We use the communication skill. We connect the community with the police in crime prevention. I myself, with a group of friends, we also formed the Sarawak Patriot Association to fight with West Malaysia. The certain right they have taken from us, return it to us. Now they are returning it one by one. So I thought the Toastmaster skill can be used in a better way to. We should not talk about politics, right? Now, in a better way to fight for our rights. That is okay. To fight for our rights, our privileges, what belongs to us must come back to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's quite a lot of learning in this itself. That community clubs, especially in Singapore, giving it back to the PA for giving us the venue, and as Cher Khim said, that it is a privilege and not an entitlement. That's very important for all of us to remember and appreciate what we get as a benefit in the community clubs. So over to you, Suzanne, for your last question.
All right, thank you, Didi Sona. And this question is a question that it's an interesting one. Now, over the past 100 years, we have seen many companies, we have seen many organizations stepping forward to work closely with Toastmasters to form corporate clubs, to develop their human capital. Now, this is a question that I'm very curious to ask the three of you, all our esteemed panelists. What based on your experience, what are actually the factors that attracted them to Toastmasters in knowing that Toastmasters is the solution to build high caliber staff? Dr. John, would you like to start first? Thank you.
Sure. Because Toastmaster training program is very cost effective, very low price program where their staff will learn communication skills so that their staff, their customer, their shareholders are on the same page. That's number one. Number two, it will enhance employee engagement and retention. Because when they feel that the Toastmaster program help to boost their confidence level, you know what happened? They will stay with the company. Of course, some will leave. When they are confident, they look for a better job, a better salary. The third one that I can think of is positive branding. Toastmaster got a branding. You must wear nicely, iron your shirt. That is a brand. What is our personal brand? Especially remember when you run for office, I know Yiang Ping and Ng Cher Khim, both of you are run for office in Toastmaster. Branding is very important. And this we learn in Toastmasters. In our customer place, branding is important. You know why? Because when their clients see their staff good branding, they have the confidence, they have the trust in your company already. So Toastmasters provide a comprehensive solutions for company to develop their human capital by improving communication skill, fostering leadership development, building confidence, facilitating networking, promoting continuous learning, and enhancing employee engagement and retention. Over to you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Lau, for sharing. Now, DTM Yiang Ping, would you like to share on this point based on what you've experienced?
Sure. Well, I run business for 15 years before I sold it to a Canadian public listed company. I have a group of employees. And during the time, I do not know about Toastmasters. After knowing Toastmasters, I have already decided that somebody like me, they want to buy over my company. But I would say that Toastmasters program certainly will be benefit to our employee. There are few things that I'm looking at. First, we are looking at the effective communication, because interpersonal communication skill is important. And, in a company, there's a lot of presentation requirement. There are a lot of events that going on. Interact with the client, interact with the senior team, and interact with your customer. These are all the important skill that our staff must learn. So if I were to say that, yes, by knowing Toastmasters program, like what John Lau always stress about getting and learn to be confident, it's good for the employee. Then we are looking again about leadership development. We do organize events, like we present our product, and we need someone who's able to organize the event and able to deliver at the company, which can be a Fortune 500, can be any of this company. So they need the skill to make sure that the event is successful, right? We were trained in Toastmasters about club officers, being the district leaders, being the mentor, coaches, sponsor. That's all the skills that we have learned. So if we were to inflect the company aware that all these are development of their leadership skill for the staff, I'm sure they are interested, because they need a leader to manage the teams. They need the people who can drive the innovation and to even understand and navigate the challenges of the company. So leadership development is one that how Toastmasters can help them. And of course, we talk about confidence building. I'm not going to repeat that. But a networking opportunity, again, say that we are, every company, they had to work with a subcontractor, with their supplier, with their anywhere, and then they need to know how to communicate and with different background of different industry. So the opportunity for this employee to connect. So within the Toastmasters, that when they visit other clubs, they have experience with different group of people. They know how they should be able to deal with people, deal with differences, and of course that will advance their career opportunity. Dr. Lau mentioned about cost effective. Of course, we are very low cost, only US $10. Even there's already increased value, but I think it's still to some company that can afford. They're willing to pay that expenses, part of their training expenses for the staff, and they even can claim, who knows, right? Because government has been sponsoring for that. And important, just now we talked about, Cher Khim talked about self-paced, right? We self-paced, we let the employee choose when they want to deliver their project, when they want to do, involve in the Toastmasters program. And this will actually balance their work responsibility, which they learn. Lastly, John also mentioned about continuous learning. We give them a mindset, a positive mindset that there are lots to learn. Toastmaster, you have project, we have different path, we have different kind of objective that you can achieve if you go through that program. So I think if the employer themselves knowing that all this benefit, I'm sure they embark into the Toastmasters program. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Yiang Ping, for sharing your enlightened views, your insights into education and corporate management development. And Cher Khim, would you like to add on to what Datuk Lau and DTM Yiang Ping has mentioned?
Let me do a comparison between the Toastmasters program compared to commercial training.
Okay.
But it is important for companies' employees to be trained. So if they go for commercial training, say if they send an employee to attend a training for 5 days. Now, such training nowadays will start at least at $600 a day towards more than $1,000 a day. So 5 days training will cost many $1,000s. And also, it means that that employee will be away from work for 5 days. And that can badly interrupt the work. But the Toastmasters program, employees do it at their own pace. So that flexibility, and also at a very low cost, because the company usually have their own conference room that they can hold the Toastmasters meetings. So in terms of cost and time-wise, it's a lot of savings for the company. And also, it also built better camaraderie among the employees in the company, because you get members from different departments come together in a Toastmasters meeting. They get to know each other better. And when they get to know each other better, they can work together more closely. So I think these are the benefits that Toastmasters program brings to the corporations. Now, I do not think that, or rather, I think that we can do a much better job in terms of helping corporations to benefit from Toastmasters. If you look at Singapore, we have thousands and thousands of companies with hundreds and thousands of employees. But currently, we only have around 40 corporate clubs, which is very, very few. I think the main reason for that is that those companies do not know or are not familiar with the Toastmasters program. So I believe that there is a huge potential for growth to set up Toastmasters clubs in corporations. And I don't know who would incoming CGD be, but the current CGD is here, still have a few months to go. I believe that, because setting corporate clubs is a lot easier than setting up community clubs. To reach out to potential members in community center clubs, you have it's very difficult to reach out to them because you don't have the emails, you don't have the phone numbers. You probably have to depend on banners to attract them or through social media. But in corporations, the HR have all the email addresses. So it's very easy to reach out to them. So as long as we are able to convince the people in charge in the corporation, then the setting up of corporate clubs should be relatively easy compared to setting up CC clubs. So I think we can do a lot more in that area. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Cher Khim. And that comes to the end of the panel discussion part of this program now. It's 4 p.m. It's actually, we're reaching 4 p.m., but we have time. 5 p.m., sorry. 5 p.m. But we have time for one question. Do we have Zoom Master? Do we have a question in the Zoom chat? Or would any one of you like to unmute yourself and raise a question too? Yes.
Hi, Susan.
Oh, hi. May I know your name?
Yeah, my name is Fan. I'm coming from Marine Parade Toastmaster Club.
Oh, Fan Li.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Fan Li.
Yeah.
Yes, please raise your question. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for Susanna's as the host and also Didi's Wana. And first of all, I'd like to thank DTM, Dr. Lau and Cher Khim and Ng Cher Khim. Thanks so much for your time, for delivering this insightful session to all of us. And just out of the Susanna's first introduction of all, I think I found something common out of many among these three honored speakers, 20 years. So I think all three of them have at least 20 years with Toastmasters. And also coincidentally, that reminds me about District 80 is about to celebrate 20 years as well. Yes. And then that reminds me the question, how we are able to, as a district leaders or club or division, whichever the leaders we are, how we're able to help members hold interest into Toastmasters as part of the sustainability point we're looking at right now. So first of all, I'd like to ask the Yiang Ping, DTM Yiang Ping.
Yeah, since we talk about community, to me, as you have heard that our motto during my term serving as district director is make members matter. I always feel that members are the key, are our boss. We need to make them happy. And personally, when I was, whether being a club leaders at the area, at division or district, any member will come to me directly, I will help them resolve the issue. As I think if you heard of this starfish story, even you just throw one starfish over the ocean, it helped this person. So to me, if we do see some member that have issue, and we have to consistently working closely with our members. We always start with the club first. As a VPE, especially when I was VPM, same thing, or whatever position that I have, I will approach members even individually, and we appreciate them even after the meeting. We take video of members, of showing them how maybe wherever area that they see themselves and they can improve the future. So a personal touch, individual connection, one-to-one, to me is very important. Of course, I do see leaders doing different way, but this is how we see that members are always our most important resources, or those how do I put it, is how our Toastmasters can survive till today. Without members, our organization, or we will never have 100 years. That's my sharing.
Thank you so much. And second, I'd like to ask Cher Khim, our club sponsor.
I think members, initially when they join Toastmasters, usually they give the same reason: to overcome the fear of public speaking, to become a better speaker. But after they have joined for many years, and if you ask them why did they stay, the reasons could be very different. But to keep them in the club, I think one thing very important is the club meetings need to be of high quality. If the intention is there to learn, then there must be something to learn at the club meetings. If the club is weak, most of the speakers, or many of the speakers, do not prepare the speeches, they prepare the speeches 2 hours before the presentation. And when members join and feel that there's nothing much to learn, then they'll leave. Now, this is one. And secondly is beyond learning, it's also very important to have other activities, fringe activities, to get the members interested. My home club, the Toastmasters Club of Singapore, we currently have 150 members. 150, and that's quite many. Okay, we do not have enough speaking slots if everyone wants to do their projects. But they stay around because they feel that it is beneficial to them, even though they don't deliver speeches. They still learn from other members who deliver speeches, because many of the speeches are of very high quality. And we also have many other activities, social gatherings that keep the members bond together closely. So in summary, two things. One is quality meetings where the members still have something to learn, and also second is the bonding. Back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Cher Khim. And also, I'd like to hear some insight from Dr. Lau.
Thank you, Fang Li. I have one key point. Why people stay. Augustine Lee stay in Toastmaster. Why? Why I stay in Toastmaster, I never leave. Of course, Swana will say, because I'm a lifetime member, I do not need to pay the membership fee. That is besides the story. But why I stay, it is totally because of personal growth. We joined Toastmaster for personal growth. Now, what is personal growth, by the way? Listening skill. That is very important. Listening. We need to listen at home to our spouse, to our children. Otherwise, they will refuse to talk to us. I think this is very normal in today's world. Personal growth and self-improvement. Members, we learn how to achieve our goals, receive constructive feedback, and continuously challenge ourselves to improve. That is the reason why I stay in Toastmaster. That is the reason why many people remain in Toastmasters. Like my mentor, past President Bob Blackley, the late Bob Blackley. Why he stayed in Toastmaster for 60 years? Because he said he liked to groom more leaders to take over the organization leadership. I learned his style. Whenever any candidate run for office that approach me, I will help them from behind the scene. There is nothing wrong, but we cannot do it publicly. That's it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Fan Li, for your questions. And I would also like to thank from the bottom of our hearts, Datuk John Lau, DTM Yiang Ping, DTM Cher Khim, for giving us so many useful insights on how education has stayed on so long as the core pillar of Toastmasters and how it has transformed continuously, communities, organizations, corporate bodies. And it's interesting to see that, these conversations are moving to another direction, which is, on the essence of building communities, which is going to be the theme of our next panel discussion on the 31st of March, right? So, well, the time is 5:07 p.m. We have officially come to the end of the session. Didi Swana, would you like to give a closing speech to round it all up?
Thank you so much. Thanks also to the question, Fan Li. It was a good one, very good one. And I think this is something that as a club officer, I guess you're asking this, how do we sustain members, right? Which is the real issue on the ground. And I would say that just to wrap up whatever has been told, this term, the trio has been working very hard to make sure that club quality or club meeting qualities are there. How do we help clubs to have a quality meeting? What are the components of quality meeting, and how do we keep that going? Because when a member sees value in the club, he will stay there. She will stay there. Okay. You see, just now Cher Khim said there are 150 members in his club, and his club fee is not small. Okay. He just mentioned per meeting they pay 1,800. So you can guess how much is their club fee, right? So it is not the money that people pay to stay here. It is the value they see. And we as club officers, we as leaders have to show that value in the clubs, in the meetings, so that people feel, yes, I have got the value for what I joined in Toastmasters. And one way to do it, simple way, family, is I'm just sharing 2 documents that you can try and use with your new club members as well as existing members, and see whether they can trigger a conversation with you and see whether.
Also, now you're muted. Yeah.
As I was talking, I got muted, or I was muted
Slightly.
all the while.
No, just the last 1 second. I
Okay.
think Dr. John Lau needs to go off. Perhaps we should start the certificate.
Can we have appreciation certificates, Zoom Master?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you once again to all our wonderful panelists today. Lots of learning for me personally. So thank you. And can you show it properly?
Zoom Master, to spotlight Datuk John with the certificate.
Yeah, this one, can you show it properly? It's only half.
Yeah.
Are you guys able to see the share screen with a cert with Datuk Lau's name on it?
Yeah,
Yes,
but it
we
is
can.
only half the screen.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm only seeing half the cert.
Okay, allow me to enlarge it, right? Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, are you seeing the full cert now?
Yes.
Better now? Okay, good.
Yes. Could you put, Zoom Master, could you put Datuk John with the certificate?
Yeah, I think.
Is he still on
Thank you so much, Dato' Lau, for your time and sharing.
Yes.
Truly appreciate.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I need to run.
No problem. Okay.
Thanks
Do
for
take
your
your time.
presence.
If you can, join us in the conference.
Can possible?
Right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. So next we have DTM Yiang Ping. Zoom Master, could you present the certificate on the screen together with Yiang Ping? And to put Didi Swana and me on the same screen as well.
Truly appreciate your time, Yang Ping, and your sharing.
My
Yes.
privilege to be invited here.
No, much appreciated. Thanks very much for your sharing. Yeah.
The cert can be
Yiang Ping.
bigger a bit.
How can we see the top banner of the
Yeah,
of the
can
screen?
that be zoomed out, or
Yeah.
is there another way to show this?
Not very sure. Let me figure this out.
Just now was good. Just now. Then
Yeah,
I
the
can
earlier
zoom
one
in.
was okay.
Yeah.
This one is
Yeah.
half.
Can zoom out a bit. Then later we can crop. Where is the S?
I can't really see the screen myself. Are you able to see the certificate with Yiang Ping on it?
Can
Yeah, but it's only half.
Half the certificate, you mean?
can
Yeah, only
make
half
it
the
smaller.
Sorry about that. Okay, understood.
Maybe can minus it. Zoom out. Zoom out.
Okay, I know. I think I know what's happening. Okay, let's do that. Let's try that again. Okay,
Zoom
I know what's happening. Okay, give me just a split second more. I know what to do.
Okay.
We just enlarge this one with
Right. Okay.
Okay, this could be better now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So
Okay,
that,
ready? Zoom in a bit on my screen.
Okay.
Oh.
And take picture.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Thank
We are
you.
not only seeing the certificate, we are also seeing the whole background
Yeah.
Yes.
with the
Later
heading
we'll.
and all.
Yep. Okay, and then we
Looks like
have
this in the screenshot.
They are going to do cut and paste.
Just zoom in can already.
we'll give you a proper we'll give all panelists a hard copy of the certificate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I don't need a hard copy. I just need a photo with Swana and you.
Thank you.
Can I just take
Thank
with you only?
We'll take a group picture. We'll take a group picture for everybody.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
Yang Ping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yes. We have Cher Khim. Can we have Cher Khim as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Cher Khim, for the wonderful sharing.
Now, trying to zoom in a bit.
are you seeing the full set?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
seeing.
give me some time to.
It's too small.
Okay, now, okay. Ready? 3, 2, wait. The spotlight gone. It was, wait, the spotlight disappeared.
Oh,
Okay.
Hold
okay.
on, ah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Lee
you.
Hsien.
Thank you,
All right.
everyone here in
Okay.
this
Shall we
in this
take a group
meeting room.
picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we stop share?
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah. We'll
also
take a group
remove the
picture
highlight.
for
Yeah. Take off
for
spotlight.
right. Yeah. Yeah. A group picture for all of us.
All right. Let me see.
Can we ask everybody to open up the cameras? We take a nice group photo together.
Hey, let's take a nice picture together.
Yeah.
Are you
And
seeing everybody in the gallery? I'm seeing everybody in the gallery now.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
Some of them
Jen-
still have their names.
Yeah.
Not on.
Jacob,
Clara.
Clara, Jenny,
Oh, really?
Michael,
Mm,
Danny, Lin. How about Jacob? Jenny.
yes. Thanks for
Hakim,
coming. Yeah, Hakim.
Hakim, can you hear us?
Hakim, show us your contest.
Is that a contest? I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are at the contest. Yeah, today.
Clara.
There's a contest today. I thought yesterday was
That's
contest.
4.
Yeah.
So that's why it's indicated.
Mm.
All right. Shall we
Okay,
start
sure.
for the camera? 3,
Take
2,
a group
1.
shot.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Both the master will try to do the same. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
3,
Okay.
2, 1, and smile.
Yeah.
We do another one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and smile. Thank you, everyone. Got it.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Zoom Master.
Thank you.
Right. So we've come to the end. Thank you so much for taking part, for being part of our audience. We really, really appreciate your attendance. Thank you once again to Cher Khim, to Yiang Ping, and to Datuk Lau for giving us so much to share and so much to learn from this 1-hour panel discussion. And looking forward to the next one on 31st of March. We're going to have district leaders joining us, as well as one global district leader joining us as well. So we'll give you the surprise very soon. And this has been recorded for today, and it will be shown in our YouTube and Facebook channels within this week. Right. Till then,
I think
Thank-
our viewership will exceed those Taylor Swift's viewership.
yes, we'll strive to work towards that, Cher Khim. Thanks
I
for the
think we-
encouragement. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Good
if there's
evening.
any
Good evening.
questions,
Yeah,
And
From Toastmasters, I learned positive thinking.
yes, that's right. Yeah. And we have wonderful members here who have the
Yes.
time and energy to sit here and
Yeah.
listen to us. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks to each and every one of you. I'm
Yes.
sure you have benefited as much as we have benefited from
Mm.
it.
Very encouraging.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good evening,
Right.
everyone. See you again.
Okay, see you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.